Okay. This could be a tutorial for I'll say people who, these young kids that's out here, they want to open up studios and businesses and stuff, and you gotta learn the business part. You gotta know the money part. And when you hire someone for hourly, if you hiring someone from hourly and you hiring someone from salary. So salary means that you give them a salary, meaning that they got a higher position than the other employees in your company, which meaning they are promised a salary of, say like they promise a salary $70,000 a year, and if they promise $70,000 to $60,000 a year, then you have to give them that salary. And hourly is you get paid, like basically you say, well, we can pay you between $40,000. Some people get jobs that's only paid like $40,000 a year or $50,000 a year. But being that I had both of my jobs, between that one job and another job, I made between both jobs close to $100,000 a year. Close to 100 between both jobs put together. I made between $100,000 a year. So so I yearly, that's yearly. So sometimes when people are getting these jobs, and sometimes you gotta like still budget, even though you might make between $80,000 a year or $60,000 a year. You gotta remember now, taxes. How you say, right now the Republicans is in office right now, like Donald Trump. So it's like, will taxes go up or will it stay the same? Or what I'm saying, like who's in it, like tax bracket. So if I'm in the middle class tax bracket or a high percentage tax bracket, my tax bracket might be, that's another thing I gotta check. Because you running your business and your corporations and stuff, you gotta see if you in like 5%, 10%, 15%, or 35%. So if you are a 35% in the tax bracket, then that's a lot of money, meaning that you have earned over, to be in a 35 to a 25 tax bracket. That means you must make it in the millions a year. Like you got to be making over $1 million a year. So that puts you in that tax bracket, that 25 to 45 percent tax bracket. But you have an employee number, so you can always have the IRS send you your information, and your accountant. Your accountant is supposed to show you your invoices of how much you made a year. It's called summaries and stuff. Your accountant, like say like if you do business with churches, churches is supposed to show, I mean not churches, but you're supposed to know what you are hiring the churches to do. So say like I put a project up for one of the churches, and like I said, I do music, choirs. I write music for choirs and stuff like that. So if I give a church a percentage of the proceeds of each church that I hire to do music, like choirs and stuff like that, to do per album. So I would give, I would do a basically a percentage. It's called a percentage salary that is given. I would let ABSCAP know and BMI know that each time I do a project with somebody, they are written down as a project, a hired project for Skydream Lyrics. So they would know I would list all of their, like if they are just the singers, they say vocalists, you say vocalist, the men's choir of so and so, and you say vocalist of, you know, whatever church it is. But writer, you say writer. It says writer so and so, and then you say producer so and so. So, and then it says production, you know, recording studio, you know, recorded at what studio. So that's how the album would look. So you'll get information on, you know, rather Sky Dream Lyrics production recorded it or somebody else recorded it. But it's one thing about it, Sky Dream Lyrics has to record it, because if not, that will bring me into their tax bracket. So it means that they, even though they hired my lyrics library, they hired me. I'm the writer. I come with the lyrics. I'm the writer. I'm the one that they pay to use the lyrics. So if I'm the one that they pay, it's like a rental, right? You know how you rent a car, and say like the car costs for a week, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's like royalties. Royalties are given quarterly every year. So sometimes the album may collect between depend on all of the people that's involved of the record, done pieces of the record, is to get paid off of the project, and each project is between, well, the writer get the majority of it. The record label itself, that's if I am hired by the record label. The record label can only agree to get between, like, they only produce it. They didn't write it, so the record label could never own your, like, again, your record. The record label could never own your projects. If they produce it in their studio, they get the credit for producing it in the studio, but they don't get the credit for writing it. And that's what it is. They don't get the credit for. They can get the credit for the instrumentals. You know, they don't get credit for the wording, the writing. You know, it'll say instrumentals done by studio what, and then it says produced by this producer. You know, and then it says writer. You know, Lisa Holmes, or it'll say writer. You know, see, they'll say produce. Actually, the way that I do it, I produce and write it. So I'm actually producing and writing it, and all they doing is really designing the vocals. So you say vocal arrangement, which vocal arrangement is what I'm doing. Vocal arrangement and writing and producing. So I'm doing all three, but I'm giving you a set of lyrics that is arranged in vocal technique. So if I'm hearing it in soprano, then the soprano singer is going to sing the song. If I'm hearing it in alto, then that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm hearing. And in the background, if I'm hearing, like, you know, low soprano with alto as lead and soprano as back. So if I'm hearing that, then that's how it got to be arranged. And it has to say it, like alto lead, soprano back, you know. Then you got soprano and tenor back. So that's how, you know, you could do it. And then you have the instrumentals. The instrumentals, you can do instrumentals. You can say soft gospel, melody gospel, ballad. You can have like a up-temp ballad gospel feel. You can have classical gospel feel. You can have jazz gospel feel. You can have, you know what I'm saying? So that's basically how you would arrange that. But getting back to that would be my employment. Me as an employer hiring employees to produce and arrange. So let's get to payroll. Let's get back to payroll. Salary, we know now salary is what you agree on to pay the person faithfully each pay period. Hourly is what you, excuse me for covering. Hourly is what you do to cover the each week. You do each week hourly. Okay. Hourly is each week. So now, let's say you got a weekly job, you got an application, and you got this and that. So now you have a business, but you need employees. So what you have to do is do a timesheet schedule. Timesheet schedule is when you are, it's like time slots. You got to fill that shift out. Say morning shift has to be filled each week. So you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So let's say you have covering the morning shift. And let's say morning shift. Pen don't want to work. Okay, you got morning shift Monday. Right? So you got Sunday starts a new scheduling. So Sunday would be, so you would say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then you got Sunday, Monday. So that's how you start. So you got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There's 7 days. Now, each week, they have to have 1 day off. So you have to pick Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm showing you how to do timesheets. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday. If you want to start, these young ones want to start businesses, parents want to invest in their business and stuff like that, you can try to do that, hiring employees. But you have to make sure payroll is set up. So let's say Sunday, you have, this is what the timesheet will look like. Oh, crap. Man, the devil is a liar. We're going to get this through. I guess the devil don't want me to, is that Lanisha? The devil is a liar. Okay, there we go. So these are toriels. Okay, so let's say you got 6 to 2, right? So you got 6 to 2, you got 2 to 10, and then you got 10 to 6. So your scheduling will look like this, like that. Okay, and when you fill out these 3, okay, that's your scheduling. Okay, now you're going to put each scheduling, you're going to put your name, the employee's name, to make out the schedule. So you got, let's say, oh shoot, let's say, let's just give it a name. Rice. They say, my name is right now, Rice. Let's say Rice. Rice schedule is from 6 to 2. So Rice schedule is going to be Sunday, 6 to 2, Tuesday, 6 to 2, Wednesday, 6 to 2, Thursday, and 6 to 2 Friday, and off Saturday. Let's say off Monday and off Saturday. Okay, so this is rice schedule. Rice schedule. So rice schedule is this. That's rice schedule. That's how you're gonna do a schedule. So it says rice up there, and you got what day. Now let's say this is a schedule that starts in, let's say, just July. Okay. Then you got let's say, what is it today? Okay, Sunday. 30th, 31. Okay. Okay, 31. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Okay, 31. Okay. Then you got Monday, 1st, Tuesday, 2nd, Wednesday, 3rd. We got Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday, Thursday is the 4th, and Friday is the 5th, and Saturday is the 6th. Okay, so these are the days that Rice will be going to work. So Rice is off, and just in case, excuse my handwriting, but Rice is off. Say, so he works Sunday, he's off Monday, he works Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, he off Saturday. Okay, so Sunday to Saturday is a schedule. So that's the first week of July. Okay. Okay, so let's say 6 to 2 is 8 hours, okay? So now let's say this is the scheduling for the week. This is what the scheduling look like. So you already know how to total up. So at the end of that sheet, so you'll be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. Now some people do 40 hours a week. That's they do 40 hours a week. So you got 8 hours. You got 8 hours times 6. 8 times 6 is, 5 times 8 is 40. And then you got 6 is 48. So you got, so let's say you got 48 hours. Let's say 40. So the main thing the legal is 40 hours. You get 40 hours a week. So if you work your whole, say like you get paid bi-weekly. If you get paid bi-weekly, then you gonna get paid for 80 hours. You automatically know that if you work the full 80 hours. But if you only gonna work 40 every 2 weeks, you're still working 80 hours a month. So that's 80 hours. So you're still putting in 80 hours. And let's say that you've been hired in for $10.25 an hour. 9. Let's say $9.25 an hour. Okay, that's your pay. Let's say that. Okay, and then you work 8 hours. right? So you got 40. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 2 is 16. 17, 18, 19, 20. 9 times 8 is 72. You got 72, 73, 74. So you got 74. Okay. Okay. So you make $74 a day. $74 a day if you do your whole 8 hours. Okay. Times that by 5. 74 times 5. This is how you check your hours, okay? Well, make sure your boss ain't cheating. 4 times 5 is 20. 7 times 5 is 35, 36, 37. 37. So a week you supposed to be making $370 a week. That's not including taxes. That's your net pay. That's your gross pay. That's your gross pay. Your net pay is what you take home. So you gotta get federal taxes. Then you gotta get state taxes. And then you gotta get Medicare taxes. So you got those 3 taxes that's gonna be taken out. Now, if you have some dependents and if it's just you gonna pay a higher tax because you don't have no dependents. So if you have a dependent, when you sign the application, just put your dependent. When you sign that, it's a form that they give you with the application. If you are hired, they'll give you a W-2 form to fill out the information, your dependents and stuff, your household, your dependents and stuff like that. So if you want to put, and then what you want to do is, if you want a medical insurance, just tell them you want your medical insurance too. And then, because most jobs just gonna ask you, they ain't gonna automatically give it to you or anything. But if you're single, you automatically is covered. You're gonna be automatically covered. They're gonna take it out of your check if you're single. But if you got dependents, then you put your dependents on your information, so that they can deduct these things from your money. I mean, your paycheck. Now, when you get that, you're gonna look on your pay stub, and it's gonna say your medical insurance that you choose. So if you chose, let's say you chose Medishare. They keep saying Medishare. Let's say you chose Medishare. Okay? And let's say Medishare package to enroll, they're going to take out, let's say you only pay, because they're going to take out every 2 weeks. If you get paid bi-weekly, they're going to take out. If you get paid weekly, what they're going to do is they're going to take out, but they're going to split it up in 4. So let's say your package a month. Let's say your package a month is $40 to not $40, $80. And let's say your package a month is $80 a month. I think that's the lowest price that you can come up with. Okay, let's say $80 a month. Let's say that. Let's say I'm not saying this is real. Okay, I'm just giving you the how to run a business. If because Barack Obama said you got to supply medical, but I didn't vote for Barack Obama, and I already have my medical insurance, so that does not include me. Okay, so does not include me. So you can't force nobody to pay medical insurance for somebody that is not working for you. Okay, now, this Medishare. Say like you pick Medishare. I'm just saying. I got Blue Cross, so I'm just saying. Okay. Okay, now, if you pick this, let's say this, and you have your package is $80 a month, and it's covering dental, eye, what is it? Hospital. And what else? Dental, eye, hospital. Oh, and office visit. Office visit. Okay, so you got 4 things that it covers. Office visits sometimes is deducted off of there. So anybody who goes into a doctor's office and the doctor's office tell you you have to pay $25, tell them, unless you want to call the 800 number, then you call the 800 number on them and you say, look, can you send a sheet to their office stating that my package already pays for the office visit. So that's how you do that. Because some doctors, and especially sometimes if they immigrants or if they come from another country or different people, they will try to skim off the top and that stuff goes in their pocket. It never reaches the insurance company. It never reaches the whatever. Okay. They cracking down on these pharmacy people. They cracking down on these office that's not even doctor's office. They cracking down on them because they ripping the people off where that they got medications, all this stuff. I mean, just ripping them off. And what they doing is they taking that stuff and they taking it over there to their country and they taking it over there to the poor people. You know what I'm saying? The poor people. But I don't think that you should rip off a person's insurance just to help another person. Because that you got to think about how hard that person worked for that money. You got to think about that. You know what I'm saying? I think about everything before I do something wrong. I mean, it's tempting. That's why God said, you know what I'm saying, it's tempting to do wrong. You know, it's very hard to do right. You know what I'm saying? Especially when, that's why God didn't let Noah, because Noah's heart would have been, I'm going to let as much as people in as I want. You know what I'm saying? And that's why God let Noah and his family go into the boat, and God shut the door. See, once God shut the door, you can't open it. Noah didn't have no way to open the door, you know. So God knew what he was doing, because when man has sinned, God got sick of man, and God destroyed man. You know what I'm saying? And he did it through Noah. And if God would have had let Noah had access to that door, Noah would have opened up the door and let people in that God didn't want to be in. You know what I'm saying? So what God did was he told Noah to go in, and he shut the door. So sometimes when we do things wrong, and some people say, okay, we can't open up this door, we can't allow certain things to kind of hinder us from, God got this overflow in our midst, and if we do this, we gonna mess this overflow up, because some people is still waiting. Some people don't have patience, and some people will have patience. You know what I'm saying? And when people have patience, they get, they do get the help that they need. But a lot of people won't get no, these young ones nowadays, they ain't got no patience whatsoever. But sometimes if we don't budge and we let them see the struggle, that what is going on in the world, we can't just keep giving them, handing them stuff, you know what I'm saying? And they not really dealing with it. They're not really dealing with true life issues. Even though they can be in a college dorm room, they still not, you see all this hazing going on? You see so many deaths. What is the percentage now with the hazing? I think they said they was going to take hazing out of all of the colleges. I think that's what they said, because one of the young boys died with hazing. And it's a young girl that died. She died of an alcohol overdose, alcohol poisoning. At these colleges, that's what they do. They So my thing is, money is the root. Love of money is the root of all evil. when you like money to the point where you get up there and you get sloppy drunk and you get messy all the time, and child, you ain't doing nothing but killing yourself. But how can you stop that type of suicide? Well, a person drinking themselves to death. You know what I'm saying? They drink themselves to death. They smoke themselves to death. I mean, constantly smoking, like chain smokers. You know what I'm saying? Chain smokers is smoke themselves to death. You know what I'm saying? They probably got black lung and everything, you know. But one woman said, she said, yeah, non-smokers die of cancer. I said, nah, non-smokers. You know, if a non-smoker die of cancer for, I said 9 out of 10, the cancer is going to be either in their another area, but they ain't going to die of lung cancer. They ain't going to die of lung cancer. They ain't going to die of heart, black lung. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different cancer that you can't get smoking cancer, you know, through another cancer. You know, that's impossible. It's impossible to do that. When you don't have smoke in your lungs, you don't have smoke in your, you know, your abdomen or name thing. You know what I'm saying? It's nicotine. You're not feeding yourself nicotine. You know what I'm saying? Nicotine develops into a gas. You know what I'm saying? It's a gas. It's telling you that it's a gas. You know what I'm saying? So it says, you know, it tells you that it's a gas. So that's impossible for you to catch cancer and you don't smoke. You know, it's a certain, you can catch cancer. I'm not saying you can't, but it's another cancer. It's not through smoking. But this type of smoking, this type of cancer will cause you for smoking. It's through smoking. That's what it's through. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Okay. I wanted to explain that to y'all. You know, I'll do a tutorial. Next time I'll try to keep it short because it's like 32 minutes and 39 seconds. I try to keep it under that, but okay. But this is a tutorial for y'all young ones that's out here trying to do entrepreneurship and, you know, try to hire. And my thing is, don't hire. I mean, I understand you looking out for your boy or your girl or whatever, but try not to let friendship get in the way of business. Because I notice a lot of people get hurt by giving friends a job or giving friends something that they get hurt by. You know what I'm saying? And it breaks up the friendship. But if a friend don't understand business from friendship, you need to keep those two separate. You know what I'm saying? And that's how a friendship can remain a friendship. And a business can remain business, you know what I'm saying? So if we on a business level, then we speak to each other on a business level. If we on a friendship level, then we speak to each other on a friendship level, you know what I'm saying? So that's basically how you can get along. But you got to come to an agreement where 2 or 3 gather together in agreement. So when you coming together and come into agreement and say, look, this is business now that we're discussing. And then we leave business where business is, and then we come and be girlfriends, you know, friends and stuff, you know. So that's how it's supposed to work. It don't supposed to be 24 hours a day getting attitude because I'm asking you to mop a floor. You getting mad a day because I'm asking you to do an errand or you know, sit down at your desk and do some work, you know what I'm saying? Make some phone calls, you know what I'm saying? Do some promoting, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, yeah, it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be no attitude. You should have the respect of, you know, being glad that, you know what I'm saying, that your friend believe in you and I'm giving you a chance and an opportunity to work under me and work, you know, next to me where that you can actually have an experience of, if you never did music before, now you experience true business of music, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Okay, see y'all later. Business Sense with Lisa Holmes.